G'day guys and welcome back to another Wednesday night here at Shooting Stuff Australia. So good to see a lot of the regulars in the chat room already. So good to have you here. So it's been a bit of a busy week and an interesting week. So we've got a big topic tonight, and we've got to try and answer a lot more of your questions as well. So remember, before we start, give it a thumbs up. Apparently, a couple of FUDs have already given us a thumbs down, so give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. We're almost to 10,000 subscribers, which is good. Slowly getting back to where I was before YouTube took down my first channel. So we shall bring Jason in. Where is he? Good evening, Jason.
What's happening, everyone? Good to see everyone back in the live chat for another live stream. What's been happening? What have you been up to?
Well, I've got to apologise for my my left eye today. I had a bit of an accident. I had dropped some plaster in it. We were working outside. That's a bit red, and I sliced my foot open quite badly. So I've got a 150 mil gash out of my foot this week, so which isn't good. So I'm hobbling around and finding it hard to see.
Everyone's into a haircut already. Nice to see. Unfortunately, it's been 9 weeks in lockdown right now, so I had no choice but to get the old clippers out, and it was much shorter than this last week. Probably why I had the what do they call it? The hat on. But what do you do when you can't even get a haircut? You can't do anything. This government's fucked. Couldn't manage a piss up in a brewery. So what do you expect from these treacherous bastards? Businesses going under, suicide rampant, as you'd expect from stupid lockdowns. They can't get their shit together. So I did buy a trigger, though. I did get a trigger, order in. So I put the trigger in and, it's been pretty good. So see how we go with that. When I can shoot it, I don't know. It might be next year. It might be the year after. Who would have thought a conservative Liberal government going stupid, mate, going completely off their rocker? So,
no, I think Queensland's in for some bad news coming up on Sunday. From what I have heard today in the construction trade, we could be going down for a massive lockdown here in Queensland. So, and they're going to close down. For what I heard today, they are going to close down all construction. So there's thousands and thousands of people will be unemployed with no income whatsoever, because if we don't work, we don't get paid. It's that simple. We don't have 9 to 5 paying jobs and weekly pay. It's a matter of if you don't have a tool in your hand, you ain't getting paid. So let's hope that does fall through, but that's what people are ramping up in the big construction game from today.
No, it's hard to try and people say, well, what's been going on? Well, nothing. I've been stuck in my house for a week. I live in a small townhouse, so backyard's about the size of my kitchen. So feels like you're in prison, man, pretty much, which is really what it is. So, but what do you do, man? We're just going to keep battling on. Hopefully there's some good people out there can make the case. I know I'm not a big fan of him normally, but Alan Jones has been shredding Gladys like you wouldn't believe, which is fantastic to see. Got to keep these people accountable, but, they just don't listen, man. They just do what they want to do. Same's probably going to happen to you guys. You guys only had one case and you think we're locked down for 3 days immediately. Now you're at 19 cases, so you'll be done for months on end too, man. Unfortunately, poor bastards in Queensland and in Brisbane, so.
All these people getting fucking tested, that's what's killing us, is the testing. All because they get paid days off work and they think it's great. Well, the money's going to run out one day. You're going to go get tested and you're not going to get any paychecks.
It's amazing, eh? People just stop getting tested. Fuck, I want to get out of this stuff, man. You know what I mean? Like, I was telling you today, my mate was having a go at me. Am I going to get the jab? I said, oh, no, I'll just see what happens first, see what happens to people. And he goes, oh, people have got to get jabbed. And I said, hey, if you want to do it straight away and you're all for it, hey, your life, your body, your choice. I'm pro, whatever you guys want to do. No dramas at all. But hurry up and get it done and go get your vaccine. Hurry up, go on so we can actually get out and stop this thing, So if you really want to get it, go get it quickly so we can get these lockdowns finished and pissed off and moved on.
Well, apparently there's going to be big call for unvaccinated sperm. People, when for these IVF treatments, are going to be requesting no vaccination people for our sperm. So it could be a market for you, Jason.
Yeah, no, and probing's right. He said, govern me harder. Just like, mate, Yeah, I'm literally shocked at my fellow Australians right now. It's like they want to do themselves out of a job. Just fucking. If I said this me and you said this 2 years ago, people would have laughed at us and called us conspiracy people. And look at where we're at right now. It's much worse than we ever would have thought it ever would have been. These crazy premiers. Yeah, it's fucking Scott Morrison couldn't organise a piss up. You know what I mean? He pretend conservatives, fake conservatives, supposed to be conservative, all about freedom, but they're the one taking your freedom away. So just remember at the election, guys. Again, I know Aaron says don't vote for this one. At least if you are going to go to the voting booth, vote anyone else but the major parties. One Nation, Liberal Democrats, shooters, whatever you want. Just fucking put someone else down. Put someone else other than the major parties. That's the only way to send a message, I think.
Yeah, I've got a funny feeling that could be the way to go this time round.
And stop getting tested. Sure. People say, oh, don't tell them that. Well, mate, stop getting tested so we can get out of lockdowns. Don't give the government any information that they don't need. None. Zero, zip, zero. Right? Because otherwise we'll be here until next year. Hundreds of thousands every day in Sydney getting tested, putting their little fucking what is it? COVID-free little thing on Facebook. I said on my friends list, and I go, oh, mate, I'm literally at the point of fucking unfriend because you're so stupid. You know what I mean? But, some of these guys I know and girls I know quite well. So, but what do you do?
Exactly. And I just want to thank Andy for the ammo fund, for the super chat, and the NSC merch update, please. Peter's not here tonight. He's out for dinner. But it is coming. They're getting their shirts and hoodies all printed up as we speak, basically. So from these guys, Recoil Designs, they're making these shirts and hoodies for NSC. So once again, as we're going to say, when the shirts and that arrive, make sure go down to your local club and get your photo taken, and we'll put them up on this live stream. For anyone who sends me or Jason the photos, we will put them up here and talk about them. Got to have the logo of the club in the background and wearing the NSC merch. And we've got our friend Front Towards Enemy. The beatings will continue until morale improves.
Well, you saw the one I showed Aaron, the one you guys sent it if you're in Queensland. The old guy that had the heart condition yesterday, the Queensland police. I mean, mate,
it's on our pages.
Honestly, I'll tell you this. I actually rang up that minister's office in Queensland. I said, this is, if you haven't seen it, go. There's a couple of guys. Maybe we'll put a link in the description. This old guy's basically having a fit on the ground, heart condition, crying out and begging for his Medicaid. It's honestly the worst thing I've ever seen. I think since day one of this this pandemic, it really was very, very sad indeed. Please don't give a fuck about people. Poor old guy, man. And the girlfriend or the wife or whatever she was told him, and mate, they just don't listen, mate. And again, this is why police respect is at an all-time low in the community, and it's well-deserved. It's a shame they've done this. Absolute shame and despicable behaviour.
And what is even worse is cops trying to tell us about our guns and pretend to be pro-gun. That's the worst thing. I've known a couple of cops in the past that pretend to be pro-gun, but they support all the gun bans, all talk it up to your face and behind your back. Yeah, they support all the gun bans. There's nothing worse than a cop talking about guns. It just makes me sick. And thank you to our friend Chris Miller for the super chat. To and Jace for lockdown Pornhub subscriptions donated. Thank you.
Well, Aaron would definitely be on the premium subscriptions. That'd probably just cover his first month of his premium subscription. So not much you can do about it,
And our friend Neil for $10. Thank you so much. And here is an interesting one I saw here. Here we go. Fox 860. No jab, no gun license. Watch out, it will come. Well, nothing will surprise me anymore. It really does not surprise me if they bring some bullshit like this in.
Yeah, no one really knows where it's going to go these days, and we're sorry it takes up a little bit of the first part, but yeah, I get measured on Instagram. Oh, when am I going out for another hunt? When's the next podcast? When you make another video? Well, I can't go anywhere. I can't, and shooters, as we know, can't risk their gun licenses because the police are out there harassing, intimidating normal citizens. If you've been on Facebook, you've seen the hundreds of videos popping up all over the internet, all the live streams, and just, oh man, it's sad how far this country has gone down. It's just, unbelievable, man. And really is very sad indeed, man. There's not much else to say, really, is there?
No, exactly. And here's Stay Frosty, newest NSC member here. Good stuff. Make sure you sign up to NSC. And of course, want to thank the NSC for being tonight's sponsor of the show. As you all know, you can sign up for a genuine reason. Forget about the other useless organisations. These guys are the real deal. You can see where your money is being spent on fighting the gun bans and the wins that we've had. Now, Jason, some of the other organisations are jumping on the bandwagon, riding the coattails, and trying to win gun bans in the same way as the NSC. And basically, from what I've heard, they don't want to talk to the NSC, but they want to basically, ride their coattails after they do the win, try and copy exactly what they've done, because they can see they get results and they're getting members where the other people aren't, because people want to see action. Less talk, more action.
Guess that's the ultimate form of flattery, though, isn't it? Really, if you do what other people are doing and try and replicate that in a different state or different territory or whatever. As I said, most of these guys, man, there's no action from them. I've unliked most gun pages on the internet, most organizations. I just don't see what they do because I just don't care, because I know there won't be anything. So no need to look at it. And hey, if someone does tell me something, you'll ring me up or I'll ring you up, or someone will message us on Instagram or send us an email or Facebook us messages and let us know this happened. But, haven't received one of those emails or messages for probably 10 years. We've had a win, you know what I mean? So what do you do?
Exactly. So, so guys, definitely sign up to NSC. Links are in the description. And get your genuine reason through there. Once your memberships are up, get your genuine reason through the NSC if you're a rifle shooter. And also, can't forget about OSA. They sponsor this episode as well. They are the import of Hornady, Sierra, Sauer, Mauser, Blaser, and a whole range of products. They've been a big friend of the show from day one of the only wholesalers that have supported me, and they supported Jason on his podcast. Basically the only one who's really support this channel as a wholesaler. Pretty much. A few of the independent people have given us guns to review.
Just Retro saying you're coming not through very loud. Can you move that mic just way closer to your mouth? Get it really right up close, man. Really close.
Here we go. How's that?
Yeah, probably not too bad.
Better, guys. Sorry about that, guys.
It's a little bit away because it's a bit. You're clipping now. Yeah.
Yep. How's that?
All right. I don't know. Let you talk first, Retro. Let us know if that makes a difference. I did see it away from his mouth a bit, so.
Yeah, so definitely go have a look at OSA and the NSC. They support the shooting channel, and they're a great friend of shooters. So definitely go and sign up and look at their product list. And thank you to Alex for the $30. We're stuffed. They won't let us do anything or go anywhere unless we get a vaccine. And I hate to say it, Jason, we've talked about this. Yes, it's probably going to come down to that. They're going to clip our wings. If you don't get vaccine, forget about basically going out of your home to do anything.
Basically, forget about living life.
Yeah.
Which is sad, man. Anyway, what do you do, man? It's just want to hurry up and get these bastards vaccinated. Ones that want to go get it, hurry up so we can get out. Hurry up. Sounds a bit selfish, I know, but again, I want to wait and see what happens. I'm not planning on going anywhere. No need for me to get hasty at the moment. Not pro, not for, not against. Just wait and see what happens and then go from there. If I want to go overseas eventually and I'm not permitted, well, then I'll think about it then. But don't want to jump in right away, just because the government says so. And then I said, no, I'll wait and see. So, the other people can do do the work, and if they want it, good on them. All the power to them.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, it's just going to be interesting to see what's going to unfold in the next few months. I think between here and Christmas, it's going to really ramp up. And as we know, they have been ramping up. And I think there is an end game to all this, guys. You look at all these gun bans, all these restrictions, trying to take the different sorts of guns off us, the way they're doing it. It's all happened pretty much since COVID. They're ramping it up. And I think there is an agenda. And there is an end game to this coming very soon. And I hate to say it, we did receive some information. It's going to be pretty bad for pistol shooters if this comes to fruition. But we won't tell you what it is yet until we get something in writing. but this is the beginning of the end, basically. So we'll have the news article when it does come through. If it does come to light, it's sort of 50-50 right now, something the police are pushing in one of the states.
Yeah, if what you told me is true, man, it'd be pretty sad indeed. I mean, it'll be at that point I start looking at exiting the country, or packing up my affairs and getting out of here, man. Trying to get a passport to another country, because clearly Australia's not what it once was, and God, sad for most of us, man. All we've built, you've built, I've built, many people have built, their lives here and stuff, and it's just be pretty sad if this comes true. I'm hoping it's not true, but nothing surprises me these days, dude. And we're sorry that it's doom and gloom all the time, guys, because there's rarely any good news to speak of. It's just that's the state of affairs of gun laws in Australia. To think it's all fucking fantails and rainbows, it's just not true, unfortunately. And I think we've created a lot of this ourselves, and a lot of inaction for the last 20 years have created this massive mess that we're in now. And I just don't think we're able to turn it around. If we do, it's going to take a lot of money. And we just I don't think most organisations, or the ones that are actually fighting it, don't really have the funds, so which is unfortunate.
Yeah, exactly. Here's probing. Make 2 shows a week. Come on, boys. Geez, we're struggling to make 1 show. If we could financially do 2 shows and it was viable for both of us, we probably would. But yeah, unfortunately, we can't. But we have got more things in the works from Jason and me coming up very soon, so you will see more of us. You can't get, you probably get oversaturated with our faces soon, I reckon.
Yeah, I can't even do what my side hustle is going to be. I can't even do that at the moment, can I? I mean, I can't even shit straight,
Yeah, well, neither can I. But that will all be explained in a video.
I think Queensland's in for a bit of a hard time coming up for the next couple of months, unfortunately. But like I said, if you are wanting to get a vaccine, hey, I'm all pro. Do what you want to do. Just hurry up and get it, so we can get out and get back to normal life, man. But then again, Scummo said in one of the press conferences the other day, you heard it, didn't you? I think I sent it to you. I'm not sure. I sent it to a few people. Even if people do get vax and the numbers are high, well, you're still not going to be able to get out. Like, where's the end game here, man? That's the whole point. I think there is no end game.
Yeah. No, they do have an end game for us all to get vaccinated, fall in line, and do what you're told, basically. And they'll start threatening us with everything until take our freedoms away. I'm guaranteeing now. Thank you, JSO, for the $10. This country is pathetic. If it wasn't for 110K a year, I'll be back in New Zealand or Canada. Well, Canada's pretty damn woke as well. I wouldn't count Canada. New Zealand's going the same way. It would just be, for me, America. Texas is probably the only place I'd live. I got mates over there in Texas, and that's where I'd probably end up living.
Yeah, they're trying it on. They've been trying it on in the US now, aren't they? With a lot of different stuff. I mean, a lot of them have been given the jab, and they're still getting it. So, and they're still getting really sick, which is interesting. But anyway, let's hope, mate. Let's hope for some better shores and some better horizons over the next couple of weeks. But I won't hold my breath stuck in the house. I'll start getting a little boxing bag or something, man. Get a bit of fitness, and start getting these legs and arms moving. I'm in a fucking prison right now.
Well, I can walk around my property, and it's something like close to a kilometre if I walk around my property. So,
yeah, exactly.
Okay, so we got Sonic Boom. Thank you very much. I joined whoever they are after about a year and was sussing out versus WSAA. A month later, I discovered your channel. 2 weeks after that, I paid for a year to NSC. Worth it. Keep up the good fight. Thank you very much. Really appreciate that, Sonic Boom. That's very nice of you. And we got who we have here? Brendan Davies. Have not seen you on here. Welcome. Sorry for we haven't seen you on here. Hi from Brisbane. On my way to license safety course in a couple of weeks. Signed up with WSAA already. Unfortunately, it would seem. Yes, definitely. But never too late to join up once that membership has finished. Never too late.
Or just join up now. Join up now. Pay a little bit extra. It's not going to be. I mean, if you've got a job and you've got the means to be able to afford it, why not?
Yeah, they do have donations, and they've got a $10 membership as well. That doesn't get you the genuine reason, but you're still a member of them. Prestige Plasters, good guys. As we know, this whole Gel Blaster story, and he's actually gone and got his gun license. So he's shooting real guns now as well because of their silly bans on kids' toys. Good to be back in another stream. And it's good to have you here. You guys are coming in thick and strong, which is awesome. Andy constantly stripping us of our rights to own firearms while seamlessly militarizing themselves with semi-auto rifles. What could possibly go wrong here? Yeah, I think everybody, even non-gun shooters, are saying that as well. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So it is a bit disturbing.
and then they had a 0 day in Victoria, and got to do what Daniel Andrews is doing. Okay, what after he killed 830 people? Really? That's what we've got to do?
Yeah, do what Daniel Andrews is doing. Fall down the stairs.
Yeah, he's been lucky. I mean, lockdown 6.0 for Victoria's inbound. It's just a matter of time. It's like us. Sydney was the gold standard, remember? Look how we've fallen from grace, It's definitely going to happen. I mean, hey, Queensland's kicked it, and it's back, and then they've kicked it again. Now it's back. One case, lockdown, boom, 19. Won't see freedom for 4 to 6 months. It's just the whole thing's shit.
Yeah, well, the cops are out and about pulling people over, want to know where they're going, and here in Brisbane, they're having like big random breath stopping things here now, but they're not doing breath testing, so they can't do that. Excuse me, but they are wanting to find out where you've been. None of your fucking business where I've been or where I'm going. I'm a free citizen. I'll go where I fucking want.
Yeah,
nothing to see here, copy.
Unfortunately, the shooters, if they get caught out, they lose their license, because heaven forbid,
Yeah, exactly. Lockie McFarlane, thank you very much for the $20 donation. Sorry, I'm late, fellas. Well, it's good to see you in there.
Geez, you got a fair few tonight to start the live stream, eh?
Yeah, exactly. And I did see a comment. Sorry, it went past so fast. We're getting so many comments. But a guy's been waiting 1 year, 7 months for his pistol license to come through. That's insane. Absolutely insane. You pay for a service, and no service should take that long.
Exactly. Any more live stream? We've got to do the proverbial roll call. So
take the roll call away, Jason.
All right. So if you haven't been here in the stream, you will need to have your note from your mum or significant other advising why you have not been in the stream. So I need those next week, please.
Hang on. One thing. JR, $5 warrant a shout out. It never came up. I'm so sorry, JR. The super chat did not come up, and I'll look for that while Jason is talking. But thank you for if you did do it. I just can't see it. Sorry.
But a couple of times with JR's ones from last week. I don't know. I didn't see it either. They didn't pop up. I couldn't see it.
No, I'll go through it while you're roll calling.
Anyway, here's a good one. Big brain game time. I like that. He goes, shit, I'm 14. Shouldn't be saying shit at 14, dude. And I love IPSC.
Come on.
He goes,
what are
shit,
you, nerd?
He goes, shit, I'm 14. I love IPSC. I know the FUDs are going to stop me from doing that. Well, I don't know I don't know why the FUDs would stop that, but I mean, government always looking at pistols, aren't they? All right, we've got Brett Stewart. Good old Brett Stewart. That's not Brett Stewart from the Manly Sea Eagles back in the day, the old NRL team. But anyway, Duke Chronic. Haven't seen you guys before. Sorry if you've been in the chat. Robert Murphy, Phantom HD, and Liam Cumbo. Obviously, regulars. Probing is back again. He's got a naughty last name, so we can't say that. Mickey G, Alex Lopez, Aaron Johnson, Mitchy116, LJ's Adventures, Colin Penfold, another regular. Lone Wolf, of course, another regular. Chris Legendary as well. Mr. Wonderful, our buddy Chris Miller. We're going to shoot all his deer down in Victoria. So
maybe.
No, not maybe. Well, at the moment, maybe anyway, because of the current situation. Adsy, the PWC bloke in Australia. Nick Blackwell, Stan, the long-range pensioner Mance. I love it. Mick Beckers, Fox 860. Sorry if I read them out double because you guys are having a lot of chats here. Hashtag #1. That's an interesting one. #1. Who else we got? Harps 666, another regular. Ticker Tart is here in the stream. Matt Cato, of course, our buddy Daniel Andrews, a.k.a. Andy 1234777. Front toward enemy. I'm going to steal your name, dude. I love that one. Cliff Lee. We've also got. Sorry, you guys are having a great chat here in the chat with comments. Paul J. Matt Outdoor Adventures. Looking over hell. I love that one. Oh, there's me, AHP Outdoors. Going to read my own one then. Dirty Fox. We've also got MB, Rod Corrigan, Tube User, C1. I got it right this week, didn't I? Stay Frosty, Jason R. We got JR as well, who we just read out our $5 super chat. Who else we got there? Rod Sweetster, another regular in the chat. Rob's Woodworking, Neil H. Did I read out Cliff Lee? If I did, I'm sorry. You get a second shout out, Cliff. We've got our buddy Neil Constantinou. He's been here been here since the beginning, Neil, I think. So good to see you.
One of the original crew.
He's one of the original Rat Pack. So good to be part of the Rat Pack, I guess. Sonic Boom, Hunters and Shooters Society of Australia. Our buddy Aussie Rum Pig, LJ's Adventures. I think I read his out too, so he might get a second shout out. All right, here we go. This is a tough one. Manellis. Mickey Elitzis. I was close, dude. I'm really sorry if I got it wrong. Orange Star. We've got James LR. I think I haven't read his out. M. Trundle's back in the chat as well. Leon Schofield. Who else we got? Sorry, guys. I'm just scrolling down because there's a lot of you having a chat here whilst we're doing it as well. I've already read Stay Frosty. Who else we got? Rose. Rose is back in the chat. Rose 123. Jamie Manisto. I'm going to go with Matt. No, I'll go with Manisto. Tom Lark and Salty. Old and Salty's back for another live stream as well. Liam Cumber. I think I did read his out. Who else we got here? Griffo117. I think I've read his out. Mick Beckers. Did I read his? But he might get a second shout out as well. Who else we got? God, guys, I'm just scrolling down. A lot of you guys are having a chat, so which is good to see. Everyone getting on in the chat and having a great time. Shane Gibbs in the chat as well. Matt Rumsey. Who else we got? Sonic Boom already read his out. Yeah, so I think that's probably about it. Sorry if I've Michael Montanari. Hello, Michael. Welcome. Thomas Wackarau. Thomas Wackarau's back. Wackarau. I'm gonna go with Wackarau. Definitely, that's him. Who else we got here? Sorry, guys. I'm just going to get as close as I can to the bottom. Steve Balakas is also in the chat as well. Mr. 3030. Here we go. Kevin Rudd the Stud. Rudd 007. I love it. Chris Rouse is awesome in the chat. Sean White, Acme Firearms, David Robinson, Brendan Davis. And he's got They're Done 181. So, I've got that one right. It's pretty good. Who else we got? Sorry, I think we're pretty much done, guys. A lot of you guys having out. GK, we've got in the chat as well. Southern Star Reviews also back with us as well. Just tuned in a little bit late. Miss Red. Hello, Miss Red. I'm not sure if male or female. Miss Red. I guess Miss is probably a female. We've got MB. And, I think that's pretty much about it. And Salty, I've already read his out, so welcome to the chat. Lewis Cypher. Cypher, I like that name. Very good name. I like that name. If I had a kid, I'd probably call him Cypher. What do you reckon? Any good, Aaron, or not? Cypher.
Oh, no, that's the evil one out of that Charlize Theron, that Fast and Furious rubbish. I watched that Fast and Furious 9 this week. Man, that was just pure garbage. Pure and utter garbage. Oh, it was shocking.
Decker Hex. We've got Alex George, Tom Luck. Yeah, Aaron Johnson. I think I read Aaron's out a little bit earlier. Fur Eater. Fur Eater. I like it. Anyway, we're pretty much good there. Duke Chronic, we've got Duke Chronic, Mitchie116, Blue Simmons or Simons. Sorry if I got that wrong. I'm not sure which one it is. And Peter Robertson. Anyway, thanks for joining us in the chat. Sorry if I've missed anyone. There's a lot of chat going on, so I've had to scroll. Eric F. in the chat as well. So thank you for all joining. If you haven't joined the chat again this week, you will need a note and a slip for tardiness next week.
And a damn good reason.
Yes. Really explicit reason you put on there.
Exactly. Thank you, JR. We did find your $5 donation. Shot the new 270 WSM last week, guys. 3,300 feet. Pretty impressive. I think I'll load him down a little bit. I wouldn't. Absolutely love it. Fast and flat. Just get those things screaming. But not to the screaming point of my 6.5 PRC where they're just exploding mid-air. Fun. Fur Eater. Hey, team, I honestly know it's a talk around the globe, but can we keep the crappy virus out of these chats? So over it. I do tend to agree with you a bit there, but it is a big part of every day, all you guys' lives, and we have strong views on it. And, I do agree a bit, but, mate, guys, this is going to really affect shooters very soon. I can tell you that. So this is something we all got to keep an eye on. I do understand that, but it is pretty big news. So,
we hate it too, guys. We hate it too, man. But, just these, it's hard when you're stuck at home like us, when we've been stuck at home for fucking 9 weeks, can't do a single goddamn thing, does start to weigh on even the best people, man, even like us, like, does start to weigh on you. Got guys ringing me, people need, support and stuff. They got no jobs, they can't eat. It's bad, man. Things are bad. To say otherwise is just ridiculous,
Yeah, I've had a few guys message me saying, can't, what do we do? He's really depressed. Your fellow shooters and just talk, and so there's a big part, and it's I hate to say it's going to get a lot worse for shooters because of this Wu flu, fucking Chinese. That's all I have to say. Stay frosty. Thank you very much. When Chris Legend wins the Powerball, we can buy a big ranch in Texas and all live there. That would be awesome.
They even let us leave to go to Texas. I think you can leave, if you're moving house or you're leaving, you officially can leave, I think, if you're in New South Wales. So, yeah. Anyone got any money? Let's buy a big fucking thing in Texas, a big property. We'll put a bunch of houses on it. We'll just shoot, eat, drink, have fun. It'd be like we don't want to turn into a hippie commune, though, or anything like that, just a shooting commune.
Exactly. With Texas freedoms, big steaks, beer, and whiskey. Bennett Hamilton, nice to see you here. Sorry, I haven't been on for a while. Have you noticed the 6.5 PRC is becoming more available here in Oz? How's yours going along, Aaron? Well, my 6.5 PRC is still a $5,000 shotgun. So, yes. I honestly, guys, I just haven't had time with work and personal life and stuff. It's just been that busy. I just haven't had time to sort the gun out. And just say when I do go out, I just don't want to take it because I want to shoot something and not have problems with a gun.
Have you told them about the thing and the thing?
What thing?
Like the build? If it's a build, I'll say that build.
No, not yet. No, that would be coming. No, that's a big secret, that one. So that's the update.
Know what type of build it's going to be. What type of build?
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to surprise a lot of you guys. So that's where it's at. It's not working, but it is. I'm going to get off my ass when we lock down indefinitely and do. I won't do load development because I can't get to the farm, but I will actually make up some new rounds. I've got new projectiles here. Chris Legend, I will spend millions on a range after Powerball win. All invited. Awesome. Thank you for the super chat. And
it'd be great if we could win the lottery. It'd be nice. We wouldn't have to worry about anything else.
Exactly. Retro. It's not much, but all for the best of Livestream YouTube. Keep on the good fight, fellas. Thank you very much, Retro. Doesn't matter how much you donate. It's just very kind of you. And Paul J. Cheers, boys. Thank you very much. I hope I haven't missed anyone because just
we know what it feels like. Me and Aaron talk about this all the time. Like we know what it feels like. We know it feels like. There never seems to be any good news, and we agree. Like it does weigh on us having to talk about just negative stuff week in, week out. But it's weird that we hate gun bans, but when we get a gun ban happen, we get like 10 to 15,000 views on a video like that, and we don't want to see gun bans to get views. But, we talk about something minor and, just could be reloading or guns and that. And, no one seems interested. Yet you talk about a gun ban and people come flocking for, hundreds of kilometers, thousands all across the country and over the world to watch the video. So, hey, I can't pick it. If you guys can pick it, let us know. If you guys got topics that you think would rate with people and excite people to get involved in the live stream, let us know in the comments. We're happy to take on advice and do what you guys want because that's what it's all about. This is like a big family, on this live chat. It's just looking after everybody, making sure your mates are okay and just, making sure your family's okay and doing well. And if they're not, give them a call, make sure everything's going well for them.
Yes, exactly. And talking about that, we do find it actually hard some weeks. We don't know what to talk about. We're just sort of stumped for a topic because we decided a couple of months ago we're going to try and bring more news articles to you because I get messages all the time that you guys, we would never know about this unless you told us. No other channel. The other channels are pissed weak. They won't talk about this because they just suck up to everyone's ass and all that sort of thing. But you guys actually talk about this stuff, and so many messages I get. Thank you for sharing this. I would have never have known about this news if you hadn't brought it up on your live stream. So we're trying to do that. We're trying to be the channel that will bring you the local news and shooting. so you guys don't miss out on anything. And it's important that you guys know what's happening as well. It's not all honkadory. We are getting fucked over by people, and it's not going to end. We just can't, you know, you just can't let it slide past in the background because that's what they want. They don't want you talking about it. And the cops don't want you talking about the bands they want to do and all that sort of stuff. They just want it to pass by in the background and you not even notice. And that's what's happened for 20 years. And it's time it stopped. You guys, everyone
Yeah.
should know what's actually happening in the community.
Yeah, exactly. And with all this other stuff going on, it's kind of easier under that guise, isn't it, to make our lives more difficult. We wish it wasn't the case. We wish we had a great relationship, with the authorities, and we were able to work together, like I always say, and solve crimes, and leave guns in the hands of good people and take them out of the hands of bad people. That's what we're all about here. And unfortunately, they just keep attacking us and then cry foul when people like us and many other people on the internet. Is not obviously we're one of the just only not. Only one voice in the industry, but there's thousands of others doing the exact same thing, and they don't really like being called out. I was like, well, just stop attacking us, and we can all get on together and live in harmonious peace. We'd all be happy with that. You'd be happy, we'd be happy, but they cry foul when we start going to court and making them responsible for their actions, and then apparently it's our fault. It's you guys are against us and hate us. Well, not really. We just want to be stopped being attacked. That's all. It's just a very simple request. Stop attacking shooters. Not really that hard.
Yeah, exactly. And thank you, Lockie, for the $15. Regardless of topic, I'll be here every week. Thank you very much. And our friend Mr. Trundle. Evening, boys. My son William and I love the show. And thank you very much. And hello to William. That's awesome. Yeah, so that sort of, but we're happy. We'll talk about other stuff if you guys are interested. Just tell us. We did a reloading video talk a while ago now, and it was one of the lowest rating ones that we ever did, and we put a lot of effort into that research and articles and everything, and it just no one watched it.
Next week was a gun ban and 10,000 views.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so we don't want to bring the doom and gloom, but we do think it's important for you to hear it. And it's only a small part of the show. It's only a small part, and we try and answer your questions.
Yeah.
And
anyway,
yeah.
Any more of those? That's where we'll get into tonight. Topic.
Yes. Well, this actually leads into something that we were going to talk about. We were going to do a video, and we still will, on kids and guns, because both Jason and me think kids should be allowed to shoot from a young age and learn discipline and get into the great sport. So this sort of has something to do with it. So we will do that video at some stage. So you're
looking for that, I've got Heath Borden. He said, hi, always a new listener, so everyone can welcome Heath Borden into the chat. We've also got the Gypsy Lovers. Yo. Hey, guys. Welcome to the Gypsy Lovers as well.
And Peter Robson, smash that thumbs up, guys. Definitely hit that thumbs up. If you're new here, subscribe to the channel. Please, let's get my numbers up. After a lot of you may not know, but YouTube took down my first channel. And I actually approached a few Australian channels to help me out to get my viewership back up to where it was, and they all snubbed me, wouldn't even talk to me. And that, guys, is why I do not have other channels associated with my channel, because when time came, I asked for a little bit of help. They all snubbed me, every single channel. So that is made here in Australia. That is why I don't have anything to do with them. I get asked all the time, and that's why I don't have anything to do with them. So I even promoted all the other channels. I used to promote them all and tell people when they had new videos out, and they've all acted like absolute cockheads to me. So I'm sorry. That's the reason why I don't do. And that will always be the reason why I won't associate with other shooting channels in Australia, especially the ones that snob me.
I don't even know why I associate with you.
Yeah. I don't know why I associate with a podcast, whatever a podcast is. So here we go. I'll bring this up. Now, the link is in the description to the National Shooting Council, and this is one of their articles. So where is it? Here we go. I'm going to try and get rid of that. Here we go. So we won't read it. It's a very long article, quite interesting. A bit of history of shooting and politicians in the past and celebrities who are into clay pigeon shooting. So the guts of the story is the government schools in Tasmania were thinking of bringing in, and the gun clubs down there were thinking of bringing in clay pigeon shooting for out of school activities. Of course, and then the anti-gun community and government got onto it and said there is no way in hell this is ever going to happen. So here we have. Um, this is just some of the responses we'll do. And this highlighted here. Clay target shooting is not considered suitable as an off-campus activity for Tasmanian schools. There is a concern to be a foreseeable risk and of serious injury with that associated activities. I did read somewhere, I think they were saying it is not an acceptable sport in society, something along those lines, and that is banging on the same stuff. I think this is one of the culprits here, and it must not be undertaken at all. So that is their view. When I was at school, we had archery, and well, where I grew up, everyone just shot guns anyway. If you didn't shoot a gun, a chick thought you were gay or bloody weird or something. Like if you didn't shoot a gun, you went right in the head. But it's not these days, is it? They try and turn all that around on us.
Well,
So,
I think the only serious risk here is a serious risk of having a lot of fun. That's what I
yeah,
see.
exactly.
People
And
having a great old time shooting clay targets. I like shooting clays when I get the opportunity, and it's certainly a lot of fun. And especially things like 5 standard sporting clays, where it's always sort of changing, different layouts and things like that. Very, very good fun. I mean, this chick doesn't look like a shooter, does she? Sports Minister Jane Howlett, MP. I mean, again, ruining kids who should be out there being able to partake in sports they want to partake in, which is, obviously clay shooting. A lot of kids go, oh, that'd be awesome. They'd love to go out there. So I don't know why there seems to be a serious risk if it's just like any other sports club. I mean, that makes it sound like if you go to a clay target club, people are dying left, right, and center, at clay target clubs because it's the most dangerous place on earth. I mean, who are these politicians kidding? They're idiots. Just vote them out. It's just that simple. Put your vote in a minor party that suits what you want to, that suits what your specific requirements. Just don't vote for the majors. Labor, Liberals, Greens, Nationals, forget them. Don't even consider them. Put them last. Again, up to you. Greens last, Labor last, Liberal last, National last, whichever one you want to do. Yeah, most people have got their own preconceived ideas, who they think's worse. I mean, much as I hate to say it, I'm probably more conservative. I'm probably much more conservative than I was 20 years ago. But Liberals are last for me. One, because they're fake conservatives, and two, because they ban the guns. Just that simple. Dead last. Even before the Greens. Liberals, dead last. Yep. Then I normally go Labor, and then I go the Greens because Greens have got no power anyway, so it's not really a big deal. Then Nationals or whatever, generally fourth last. They're just as bad as Liberal. It's basically the same thing. Depends on how I feel. Sometimes I might go Liberal, Nationals, Greens, Labor. Just depends, Take your pick. I mean, I guess you get to that point on the sheet anyway. It's not really going to matter who you actually put in, but that's how I generally do it. Liberals have always been the one that bans the guns. I've never forgotten it. Dead last at every opportunity. Hey, I'm sort of a conservative person, so if that means anything, that's how I generally vote down the end of the ballot box list.
I just put a line through the whole thing because not one of them deserve to be credited for doing nothing. None of them deserve nothing.
The only thing I want to see this vote with all what's going on right now is just to increase that minor party vote to massive levels that we haven't seen before, and to show the government people are they're shitted off with the whole situation.
Yeah. Yep, exactly. So definitely go read this article, guys, about it all. It is very interesting. You can follow it through the link in the description. But basically, the Premier just said, no way in hell this is ever going to happen. And just want it completely banned. Don't even talk about it. A few of the private schools in Tasmania do it, but none of the government schools will do it, even though it is widely the people want it. The people want this to happen, but we got the Premier who's obviously anti-gun, and that's it. And I will always blame Tasmania for losing our guns as well, because That's where Port Arthur happened.
Well, you can't blame the people of Port Arthur. I mean, they didn't do anything. You know, I mean, I'm probably just trying to be funny, but you know, and this is the thing, guys. I was looking it up now. I knew he was a Liberal, but I just want to double check my information. I mean, Liberal Party of Australia, Peter Goodwin. I mean, Liberal Party, supposed to be like the Republican Party out of the US. Hate guns, hate freedom, lock you in your homes. I mean, is this a right? There's no right wing party in Australia. That's just you have left of centre, Liberal. You have fairly left is Labor, extreme left being the Greens. That's all you've got. You've got no centrist party. You've got no right-wing party. I can't believe they still call the Liberal Party like right-wing or alt-right. It's the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life. Like, I mean, you got ScoMo spouting all this crap that he wants to do and take away people's freedoms. I mean, it's not a freedom party. They're kidding. I mean, that's why they're actually a bigger joke than Labor, I find. I mean, and I'm conservative, and I can say it about these idiots. So, forget the Liberal Party. Forget them all. Put them all last. That's the best option for you.
So let us know.
The bastard's a transplant from England, United Kingdom anyway. So now you've got these idiots from the United Kingdom telling us what rights we can and can't have in Australia. Fucking unbelievable, you know. Yeah, how about getting on board with the customs of the country, Peter Goodwin? Fucking idiot.
I don't think anyone who's not born in Australia should be a politician of a higher level, like federal politician or in even state politicians. Must be born and bred in Australia, or you don't even get a look at, as far as I'm concerned.
I mean, he might have just been born there. Could have come at a young age. It could have been his parents. Could have been Australian. I mean, I don't know, but I mean, just saying England, United Kingdom. So, you know, I guess he was either born there or. I'm just having a look at more details. Keep bring up something.
Yeah, thank you, Stan. Great to see all the regular guys. Thank you very much on the show every week. It is fantastic seeing all you guys in here every week. It is really good. It makes our week. We really do enjoy it, and we actually talk a bit about it, about some of you guys in here and how good you are been supporting us.
So it seems like Goodwin, he was born in he came here when he was like born in 64, came here in 69. So what would that have been, 5? But again, it's probably the attitudes of his parents growing up, you know, around guns in England, you know. So again, it all depends on where he comes from in England, or where he was born in England, you know. But again, it probably is that heritage of parents and teaching him, you know, about guns. You know, just because you move to Australia doesn't mean you don't bring your values of the United Kingdom to Australia. So
yeah, exactly. I only wish we just went the way of America did in 1776. They got rid of the Poms. We should have just cut ties back then and become a republic and have a proper constitution that actually stands and has some weight. Thank you, Matt Outdoors, for the $5 donation. Really do appreciate that. Thank you very much. So, so tell us, guys, what do you think about this? Are you happy for your kids to take up shooting? I pretty much know that you guys will say yes, but what age do you think kids should be allowed to take up shooting? Fully supervised, not out on their own, but what age do you think that should be? I think about 5, 6 years old to go for a bit of a plink with mum and dad, the 22 or something.
I wondered too, like, I mean, this is a good question for a lot of people. Let us know in the comments what Aaron just said as well, to answers to his questions as well. But I'm just wondering, like, would you have a problem? Like, again, I can understand parents probably being a bit apprehensive about it all, saying, especially if I'm a gunner, you know, I'd prefer to teach my own son or daughter, you know, that's what I would do. You know, if it was, you know, at a range, I'd probably be okay with it, you know, that sort of thing, which obviously is where it would be. But I'd probably like to do the training and the safety myself. That way I know the type of safety training they're getting, not send them off, you know, to a teacher or a range where they may not have, you know, they may have good supervision, but, you know, how good's that supervision going to be? You know, it only takes one, you know, something to go wrong or whatever. So I'd like to probably conduct that, you know, that training myself under my own guidance and that sort of thing. So would you be the same, or would you be happy to send them with one of their teachers who probably doesn't give a damn about the kids and, you know, probably won't even look after them half the time, you know, while they're on site? So that'd be my only concern, I would say.
Exactly. Thank you, Sonic Boom. I've put the majors last for years. Nah, bugger them. Exactly. Thank you very much. Yes. Well, the problem with sending them off to a range by themselves without your supervision is that they could get indoctrinated with that bloody FUD bullshit on the FUD farms. We know that most of the ranges are owned by one organisation, and they could get indoctrinated with their left-wing gun policies and way of thinking. So that's just what I think. They might not be taught the way and how gun owners should be taught.
Couple here. That must have been a proper conversation, but probing said Decker Hex, because there's some good guys in WA licensing. Well, we'd like those guys, if there is, we'd like those guys to stand up, because clearly their message is not getting through to the hierarchy of police. It's okay to have fantastic people in positions, but they're not going to do anything or have some sort of clout on the way the government takes action against shooters in WA. Well, then it doesn't matter whether they're good guys or not. They're worthless to the cause. So, if they're going to be good, they've got to get into positions of power to be able to stem this constant bans of what's happening in the country. So anyway, there's something for you there as well in the chat as well.
Exactly. Here's Andy. My boy's 12th birthday. I had him down at the range. He loves it. Good stuff. Farmer Dave, 6 years old. Colin Penfold, 5 years old. Mickey G, 5 years old. They're all around the same sort of age. Saddam Young, looking over hell, 8 years old. So it's definitely around that sort of age limit. People are saying between 5 and 8, that sort of age limit. Get them out there, the little 22 plinking. It teaches them safety, how to listen to people, respect for people, respect for the firearm, which is basically showing them respect for property and objects. So what more could you ask for? So I'd much rather have them shooting than bloody playing football, being a meathead, kicking a bag of wind around a field. Then
love it.
Oh no, fuck, virtue signaling, taking the knee. How many shooters have you ever seen take the knee? That's all I have to say. NRL entire teams
not on
take
TV. The only opportunity they get is at the Olympics, and we're treated like legends at the Olympics. Oh, awesome! You won a medal, and then as soon as the Olympics finish, no, they're shit again. They're shit.
Yeah. Well, talking about the Olympics, has anyone seen any Australian shooting on the free-to-air TV stations? I got another message today. They have not seen any shooting on the Olympics on the free-to-air TV. It's all been buried underneath swimming.
Here we go. Aaron, this is for you, actually. Yeah, so you're listening?
Yeah.
Right, so Decker Hex said, he goes, he, so ha. Not having kids, I took your advice last week to heart about not having kids. So now Decker can't even have kids now because you said you want kids, and they were little shits. Excuse me, they were little shits and little bastards, and now he's not going to have kids now. He's not going to have kids now because you said that's why you're not having kids last week. He's taking it to heart. Explain to Decker X about the kids. Come on.
Well, Decker, you're going to grow up. You're going to have a great career, lots of money, lots of sexy chicks, and really live a very full, stress-free, long life.
Now he can't train. He's not going to have kids. He can't get him into shooting now. Unbelievable.
Then you got more money to buy your own guns. Buy more guns.
What
do you want to buy? What do you want to buy? Nappies or ammo? Tell me.
Formula or guns?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I need a new muzzle brake. Hang on, little Joey needs a dummy. Oh.
Oh, it must be one expensive dummy then, is it? Jesus Christ.
I don't know how much.
Okay, let me ask you this question then. Let's say you had a kid. The missus comes to you and says, hey, Aaron, let's say you want to buy this muzzle brake. It's a good one. It's worth $250. And she goes, Aaron, you can't have it this week. We've got to get little Joey a little bouncing cot thing. So do you buy the cot or do you buy the muzzle brake?
I'm just going out for a pack of cigarettes. Oh, you don't smoke. Exactly.
So what does that mean? Little Joey doesn't get his little bouncer?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, what do you want? I need a new magazine. Oh, hang on. I've got to buy these booties. Out with the booties. Here's the magazine.
Oh, you are a bad man. You're a bad man.
Thomas, I started at 3. My girls' gun and bows at 5 and 7. Now can't even get to the farm because of Gonzo. Yep, exactly. That's a good age. I'm not anti-kids, guys. I think they're great, and I definitely think you do need to start them young.
Well,
Myself.
guys, if you've got any girlfriends in Brisbane area for Aaron, he's getting on 50. He needs to put a few buns in the oven sooner rather than later, guys. So if you know anyone, hit him up on Instagram. The Silver Fox is looking to settle down. So
I wouldn't say that. I did say last week I love my single lifestyle.
Yeah, that's true. No wife, no kids. Decker Hex. Well, he's followed up. No wife, no kids. See, you've steered him wrong. He's a family. He's a guy looking for a family. That's what I'm saying here.
I'm seeing a guy who wants a hell of a lot of fun and not tied down.
Yeah, true. Jeannie says, I take my girls to the pistol range to watch me shoot target. They are 7 and 9. The 9-year-old wants to take up pistol shooting when she's 12. Hopefully things don't change by then. Well, exactly, mate. Just keep them Jeannie's. I'm not sure if Jeannie's got a gun, if it's male or female, but doesn't matter, I guess, either way. Take your daughters out shooting and get them into it. Yeah, I mean, it's probably harder to get the daughters into it, probably compared to the young boys, because they're not probably as into it generally as the men as they grow up. And I've always wanted to do it. Like, I don't know why I bought a gun. I played video games growing up, but that wasn't really it. I just always wanted to do shooting. I don't know why. I wanted to own guns. I wanted to go shooting. I wanted to enjoy the sport and the pastime. I mean, do you guys feel like that too? I mean, what was your thing? When did you think, I want to buy a gun, I want to shoot? Like, what was it that, I don't think we've ever asked each other this, actually.
I used to shoot on my mate's farm. I think I've mentioned this before. Every Friday, Saturday night, used to go, meat targets. Just wandering around a loop on his 50 acres. He used to have all sorts of guns, AKs and ARs and that. Have 1022s, and used to go possum shooting. So to walk around a loop, then come back to the barn. It'd take about an hour. Come back to the barn, have a cup of coffee and a cigar, and then go back out again, the same loop around the track, and just take turns. One person with a torch shining in the trees, the other person taking a shot. Then, okay, now it's your turn. So I get the torch, I walk with the torch and find something, then mate would shoot it. Or we'd just hang out and just another mate's farm, and he had all the goodies, pump actions, all the semi-autos, and we'd just blow stuff up and have a lot of fun.
Well, here we go. CG says, no greater father-son bonding moment than going bush and killing 4-legged animals. Agreed.
Yeah,
now, don't click on the next one because I want to reveal this one to people. Here's one for Aaron. This would blow Aaron's mind, dead set, from Benin Lapworth. He goes, I have 7 kids. I'd have more if I could afford it. Holy crap, man. You certainly know how to breed, my friend. That's for sure. Certainly know how to breed.
With 7 kids, you must have one hell of a good job.
Yeah. And if you get to go shooting, how often do you get to go shooting, Benin? Let us know. We'd love to find out more about how you can do anything, really, if you've got 7 kids, to be honest with you. That's a fair amount of kids, dude. There's not many people who have 7 kids these days. 2 to 3 is classified as a fair bit. 4 is getting pretty crazy. Well, crazy for us anyway, because we've got 0. So, but anyway, let us know, Benin, in the comments. We'd love to see how you manage shooting activities with bloody 7 kids, mate. And if so, what's the oldest and what's the youngest? Let us know in the comments.
Robert, remember, it's about safety, nothing else. Safety and fun. And Chris, one for Aaron, shoot a full number 2 nappy with a 12 gauge. Well, there's an idea. Shooting used nappies.
Yeah.
Slow-mo.
Just make sure they're not like used nappies. You don't want to get a bloody, face full of poo-poo, from shooting a bloody, nappy that's gone in a bin or something. That wouldn't be too good.
Our friend JR, I have 6 kids, no TV.
Wow.
As long as he's got a computer, at least he's got a computer.
God, you guys, mate, you guys are like you're the breeders, that's for sure. You know how to get it done, that's for sure.
Yeah, country folk. Matt brought bow when I was 21. Love it. Good stuff.
Mm-hmm. Let's have a look at some of the comments here. Yeah, let us know in the comments, guys. Aaron Johnson, no wife equals happy life. Well, I'm sure it's 50-50. You find a good one. There's a lot of good ones out there. Just got to find the good one. That's proven difficult for a lot of people, but yeah.
Duke Chronic, I'm at 5 kids. Jesus.
Here we go from Andrew McKindo. It says in brackets, I love my single lifestyle. Didn't you tell us the other week, Aaron, you were living off tin food?
That's
afford food. He just lives off. He just buys tin food because he's just
I hate cooking.
he hates
Or
cooking.
I make 4 kgs of chili at a time. It makes it like 15 meals in the microwave, 6 minutes, bang, shove it down my face, and I can get on with doing other stuff more important.
What do you
I'm not
have?
a food.
Tacos. You have nachos. You have
Yeah,
what else do you have?
yeah. Chili goes into everything. Chili sandwiches, tacos, chili nachos, chili on instant potato. It just goes with everything. It's just like it's the most all-round food you can have.
Well, here we go. Andy 1234777, aka buddy Daniel Andrews, says, "Calm down, fellas. My wife has many guns as me." Well, that's good to hear. Good to hear. Good to see you've joined the sport with your lovely wife there, Andrew, Mr. Andrews. Rose 2123, Jace, that's the biggest lie I've ever heard. What did I say? What lie? What did I say? I'm not sure. Let me know what I said in the comments. I'll see if when it comes up, I'll see if I can read it. I don't know what I said, but
And after last week's show, Andy, our advice is let's hope you stay in the good books with her because she'll have a whole lot of more guns than what you have if you get divorced.
she might, yeah.
She'll have everything.
Matt Cato. And this is a good question. This brings up Matt Cato's very, very good question, guys. He goes, I go hunting to get away from my family. He's just like a laughing face. But that's a good question, guys. Would you like, let us know in the comments because we'll put up your comments. Would you like to go, okay, let's take the kids out. Let's talk about significant others. Is that something you'd like to do together with your significant other or partner? Or is that something you enjoy, like to get away with the guys and go out in the field and have fun and shooting and hunting and camping? Or do you want to include your partner in on that situation? Because I've had mixed results from people. Some people said, yep, would love to have a missus that went out hunting or a boyfriend, girlfriend, if you're male or female, doesn't really matter. I'd love to get out there with them and include them in my sport and get them into it. Or if they're already into it, to get into a relationship with somebody that's into that sort of thing. So then I've had other guys go, God, no, man, I do it to get away. That's the boys' time. I want to get out in the field and hunt and shoot. I guess you could probably do that if your missus wasn't into or boyfriend or husband wasn't into shooting, but it'd be kind of hard if you are into shooting and they are too, and then you're like, well, no, you can't come. That's probably not going to go down too well, I would assume.
Yeah, exactly. It would be a hard one. It'd be a hard one. That's for sure. And
yeah, so let us know.
Wonder,
come out.
If you go away too much, you got to wonder what she's doing while you're away all the time.
Oh, it's called trust, Aaron. Haven't you ever heard of a thing called trust?
Burnt once, that's the end of trust. That's long gone. Long gone.
So, guys, we need to renew his faith in this in the female species. So, let us know in the comments if you've got any sisters, mums, daughters. Doesn't matter. As long as they're around his age, it's all good.
Yeah, and have a good paying job. JR, my father and daughter, we go deer hunting. That's awesome. Wish we could go deer hunting right now. I think JR is not far from me, to be quite honest. I think he's not far away from where I live. I could be wrong, but I've got a funny feeling he's like about an hour or so.
Old Harps 666 says Aaron and Barnes and animals. Does sound kind of sus. Well, I kind of agree with that. Yeah. Hunters and Shooters Society of Australia said my wife is sitting her safety course A, B, and H currently. So another good news. And Benon Lapworth, who said he had 7 kids, said he grew up in an anti-gun family. He's the black sheep. So yeah, I mean, my parents don't really care. I hunt and shoot. They don't worry. My brother had guns. My parents are pretty easy going. They don't really, they're not into it. But me and my dad have a few arguments here and there, but it's more just fun because I like to run. I know he takes the bait. I like to rev him up a bit. You know what I mean? They're still old school. I grew up in Western Sydney. They're still old school Labor voters. Man, they'll never change. Nothing I can do to change that. But it is what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. I agree totally. So, guys,
one thing, Fur Eater said 2 kids is enough for him. So,
does any of your kids out there, guys, do they have shooting sports as a part of off-campus curriculum? Do they do that at any of your schools?
Yeah. Duke Chronic said, I'm at 5 kids. Man, you guys in the stream know how to get it done. I tell you, I wasn't expecting many of you guys to have more than 4 kids. Looking Over Hill says he's got 3. That's enough for him. Griffo says he's got 4. They're all adults.
Tommy Gunn, father and son hunting team in Canada. Australia is becoming quite tyrannical. Yes, it is.
Yeah. Matt Cato said he's got 4 kids and an awesome wife. He's a very happy man, which is great to see. I mean, 4 kids. It seems like I think the average is about 5 or 6 kids so far in the stream. So
there we go, Chris. Legendary. You show Aaron wants a wife. No, Aaron wants a rich chick so he doesn't have to work ever again.
ADV Mark said married for over 10 years, both of us, good coin, no kids, life is good. Well, there's goes. He's dropped that average now. ADV's dropped the average down for the guys with lots of kids. So
yeah, exactly.
Jay asks, as a friend of his and his wife have got 11. Holy crap, that's a lot.
Froggy, every woman is capable of producing 20 children.
I mean, we're not cattle, Froggy. Come on, man. We're not cattle. You know, they're not cattle. Ease up.
Well, you wouldn't think that.
Well, here we go. Rose, when she says I was lying, she goes that boys are harder to get into shooting than girls. No. What I meant was the girls are, I think, harder probably to get into shooting sports than guys. I'm saying. I'm not sure, but maybe did I say that incorrectly before? Yeah, not sure. Sorry, Rose. I meant to say that boys generally gravitate towards shooting sports more. Hey, women love shooting. Hey, I got no problem with that. I totally agree. But I'm saying, 90 plus, I would say 95% plus of shooting is men. So it's not bad. We'd love to get more women into the sport. That's ideal. But I think boys are probably easier to get into the sport than girls. So I think I'm not sure if I said that right a bit earlier and we crossed our wires. But yeah, I'm saying boys are easier to get into shooting than girls. And that's what I would think. Anyway, let us know. Do your daughters shoot? Let us know in the comments. Anyone with daughters? Are they wanting to shoot? We already read a few comments out a bit earlier.
Gunpowder must make shooters fertile. Definitely sounding that way. Front towards enemy.
Okay.
2 daughters here, but I gave the missus the boot, so I'm doing it myself. Jeez. Well,
good to see you looking after your daughters, mate. Good to see. Good to see you taking on that responsibility. You're not, being one of a lot of those fucking deadbeat dads out there that, don't look after their children. And it's good to see, man. Good to see.
Ben, Tasmania, mate of mine has 19. Jesus.
Wow. Really? What, does he live in a hippie commune? Far out. Imagine, I can't even fathom that. Rose said her daughter likes guns more than her son. Well, there you go. Good to see the girls getting into it and loving it more than the boys do. Fantastic.
Yeah, exactly.
And that makes a good point. He goes, I love my family, but also, need time away, obviously, which is, that's reasonable too.
Can anyone recommend the best hunting area in Victoria, please?
Go to the Victorian High Country, I guess, if you get an opportunity. Probably, we don't know, where's that main town? Mansfield. Go around Mansfield, try and find some places, try and find some public land. You won't have too much trouble if you're in Victoria. Again, we don't know where you're from Victoria, but we'll see.
I just find
Here we go. Ben follows up again with the 7 kids. He said, I'd love to take my partner with me, but she hates guns. Yes, let us know if that. Very good question. A follow-up question. Well, for the rest of the night too. If you do have a significant other or partner, what do they think about shooting? If you do have a missus that has a problem or a husband has a problem with guns, does it create stress on your relationship? When one doesn't like shooting and you guys, girls want to go out shooting, is it a problem? Does it create a problem within the relationship? Or if they are not anti-gun, you just sort of don't speak about it and just do your thing and it's all good still? Love to find out your comments on that one too. It's a great little question there.
Yeah, Mickey, my mum can shoot a fly deck off at 100 yards. Good stuff. I've been shooting with my dad before. I took him down to the pistol club. My brother-in-law, they absolutely love the handguns. A lot of fun.
Mick Becker said, would love the missus to be in on the game. Wouldn't have to make excuses for those expensive purchases. True. Yeah, you just go buy your one, go, this is for you, babe. This is for you.
James, I have 2 kids. Sometimes I have too many. That's good.
Here we go. Front toward enemy. As has taken the red pill, you can't unsee the truth.
Geez.
What else we got here? I'm just reading a few of your comments, guys, trying to find some good ones here. Have you got any there, Aaron, as well?
GK, don't talk guns with the girls. Some like it, but most, don't really like it at all.
Bennon follows up again. He said he took his missus to the pistol range. I'm hoping she will come round. Well, exactly, mate. That's all it takes, just get them seeing what's going on. Get them. They may not be interested, but at least they'll see it's not a pack of idiots running around just bloody boo-boo like the Wild West. And I think once people see it, they sort of go, oh, it's not a bunch of just guys having fun with their firearms, So I think people do come round. I've had mates that didn't like me when I got into shooting, and then once they saw, oh, yeah, they don't care. There's no dramas. Ben Taz said his wife and daughter love going hunting. Wife has A and B. Daughter is a year off getting hers. Well, good to see Ben from Taz. Or Ben Taz. I'm sure he's from Tasmania.
ADV Mark, thank you for the super chat. I guess shooters will be shooters. Yeah, that is true. Some people just aren't into it, I guess.
Well, Aaron, looks like you've been stiffed from Rob's Woodworking. He said, get Aaron a blow-up doll. I'd agree with that, yeah. Let us know in the comments, guys. Do you think Aaron should get a life-sized, human-looking blow-up doll? Let us know in the comments.
One of those robots.
Anyway, we shouldn't be. We're here to talk shooting. Come on. Let's get it out of the gutter. God, man. Jeez. Bloody Rob's. Let's blame Rob's Woodworking. Rob.
Oh, well. Man, there is.
My friend.
Okay, guys, give us something else to talk about that's not about wives.
Here we go. But we've got Pig Dog Cara. Says, I'm lucky, boys. My wife and 2 daughters enjoy coming hunting with me. My wife also pistol shoots. Love the show. Thank you, Pig Dog Cara.
Yeah.
Perfect. Good to see.
Yeah. Okay, talk amongst yourself. Talking about the Wombat State Forest is the biggest and the best one. I do not.
Well, here we go. This sends a message here. Brendan Davies said 2 kids, then had the snip. How the hell? He said different word, but how the hell can people afford more than that? Question mark. Well, good question, Bennett. Let us know, Bennett, in the comments how you got bloody 7. Or that guy that had 19. We'd like to find out from you too. Must be bloody made of bloody money.
Here's a very disturbing one, guys. So just a moment's silence for Clint here. Very disturbing. Yes, it is a problem. My wife won't allow me to keep firearms in the house or get the kids involved. Even gel blasters was a problem. Well, no, that wasn't the problem. She was the problem.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting that, isn't it? Because I'd find it. Listen, there's a difference between not women or guy, if you're in a relationship, if you're a woman shooter or a male shooter, and they just don't have any interest in it, but no dramas, keeping them out. Yeah, that's fine by me. It's not a big deal. Like, it's not that going to be a big deal for me. But when they start saying I can't have them in the home, I can't introduce my kids to shooting, then I'd have to terminate. Well, I would have realized that before I got into a marriage. So let us know, Clint. I mean, was that something you got into? Because this is a big problem. This is another interesting thing. A lot of people get into relationships. They maybe don't get involved in like me and Aaron have been in shooting since I was 18, so it wouldn't have really mattered for me if I'd got into a long-term relationship. My ex-missus didn't care about that anyway. But they get into shooting later on in life, 30s, 40s, 50s, which is awesome as well. But they're already in long-term relationships. And, it does. They go, oh, I want to get into shooting. Oh, I'm not having guns in the house. And, yeah, it becomes a major problem. What do you do in that situation? I can sure it can be pretty difficult when a guy and his, or a woman in their, say late 20s, early 30s and 40s that have been married for a while or long-term relationship get into shooting. And then they say, no, you're not having guns in the house. Like, where's this shooting thing coming from? Like, why do you want to do that? And, after a decade of maybe being married or in a long-term relationship. So
people just want to try new things, get new hobbies, try new things. It's about everyone does that in life. Move on and do something else and add to what you do. And here's something here. Sonic Boom. My wife is from India. Thank you for the super chat as well. And plans on voting for One Nation because she agrees with the policies, loves shooting, and we can teach our daughter. Also, she makes a mean buttered chicken. Oh, love buttered chicken. Pauline Hanson, I do disagree with that. You go watch the video of the little speech Pauline Hanson gave, basically throwing shooters underneath the bus, saying she will never weaken Australian gun laws. That is not what she's about. So she is not into giving anything back to shooters. She is just as bad as every other one of them.
If she just was pro-firearm, I think a lot of people would get on board with One Nation, to be brutally honest with you. But, she did let us down with that NRA thing. That was actually, I've still got that thing where she goes, and she was pretty strong about it. Oh, we'll never change. It would not under my leadership, One Nation, will I ever change. It was bad. It was pretty bad, guys. So, again, just make sure you keep educated on what the politicians are saying about guns.
I got the video here. I'll play it actually in a minute, I think. Okay, Farida, can we talk reloading? Why different brass projectiles, powder presses, and what works best, and why? How does powder burn rates work? Well, we covered all of that
Did
in
we do that?
yeah, we did all that in our live stream on reloading. It was one of the most poorly rated live streams we ever done. No one watched it. We've
Yeah.
already got one. It's just called reloading. We basically cover all of that stuff.
Yeah, here we go. Andy, 1, 2, 3, 4, triple Segas took his old man to the range, spent the whole trip there bitching at me for having a 308, spent the whole trip home telling me how much he loved it. Well, exactly. Get him into it. They love it. Everyone loves guns. You just haven't shot one yet. That's my motto. Feel free to use it. Just make sure you let them know I came up with it, you bastard. Exactly. Get them into it. They love it. Did you just play something then?
Yeah, by accident. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. So it was my own voice coming back at me. I thought, what the hell? Here we go. Matt Cato says, wife has no interest in guns, but supports me, knows they make me happy. She likes when I take the boys hunting and knows that's what keeps me in good spirits. Well, perfect. Sounds like a great wife you got there, Matt. Yeah, perfect. But that's probably the ultimate scenario. If they're not got no interest in it, at least they don't mind you doing it, taking the kids out. That's really all you can really hope for, isn't it? To try and have a good Cliff Lee says, I shoot and the wife cooks. I come home to a great meal. One lucky fella. Good on you, Cliff. Yeah, especially awesome. If they like to eat and cook game meat. That's another battle question we could have for a later date. Trying to get them to come home and eat game meat. Yeah.
Well,
I pulled that on my ex-missus one time. Oh, mate, she wasn't happy.
Well, we did a cook-up at Brown Plains Firearms for everyone and a big meet and greet, and we had fresh venison sausages, and a lot of people turned their nose up until they tasted it, and that was the sausages that actually ran out, was all the fresh venison. So, once they try it, they love it. Yeah.
Yeah, so a friend's wife, this is from Rose, a friend's wife hit a clay target on her first try at work party and was hooked. Yeah, that's all it takes, man. That's why you make it, you get people into it, make it a little bit easier, get them hitting targets, and then increase the quality of the, of hitting it. Because that's the thing. People will go and go, I didn't hit any, I'm not interested in doing it. But if you make it easier enough, get them hitting targets, and then increase the difficulty later on, they often get hooked on that sort of thing. It's just what people like.
Yeah, exactly. And I found this video here. I'm going to play this, Jason. This is for
1 second. While you keep playing that, says Mickey G, while you're about to play it, Mickey G says his mum and 2 of his 4 sisters have a gun licenses, myself and older brother of ours. My other brother can't get one. Oh, okay. Maybe is he bad or something? But yeah, he's got a whole family full of shooters there. Nice work.
All righty. Well, here's this. This is what One Nation thinks of shooters. Does not support us, so have a listen to this, guys. It's only a short video.
One Nation will never allow for weakening of the gun laws in Australia. I'm not interested in what the NRA, what their laws are. This is Australia. This is my stance. And as long as I'm leader of this party, it will never, ever change.
There you go. I mean, not pretty absolute, you might say. Very absolute. There's no mincing words there from Pauline Hanson. Pretty absolute.
Yeah, so that is why I don't support Pauline Hanson in any way or form. So, yeah.
What's that one from Sonic Boom?
Yes. No. So, sorry about that, Sonic Boom, but yeah, that's one of the reasons why I don't support her. Yep. Here's Rose. Steve Lee got it right. We were going to talk to Steve Lee, weren't we? See if he wants to come on. Steve Lee got it right with the song I Like Guns. Another good song, Caroline Road by James McKay. Well, one of the reasons we heard was the police didn't like his song about guns, and that's why they took his license off him. They brought that up in the court case. That's what I heard.
Yeah. Will Caswell says, my wife got more interested in shooting after I took her through the firearms safety. There you go. Good stuff. I mean, it's always good when, no one, here we go. Ben Taz, no one should tell their partner what they can and can't do. Don't like it, there's the door. Well, yeah, but I guess when you sometimes, if you this is what happens when you take on a sport later on in life, and you're married, a couple of kids. For a lot of people, men or women, it's not as easy just to say, well, buzz off. I'm going to separate my whole family over a gun license. Most guys and probably females wouldn't do that. Not that it's necessarily bad or good to do that. It's it's a shame that we can't come together and say, well, it's only a sport, take them, see if you can get them at least to look at the sport and say, well, it's not that big of a deal. It's just guys having fun, and hopefully you don't get into that situation where you need to separate.
Gee, there's a lot of hate for Pauline Hanson on here coming up, man, a lot. But here's number one. Steve Lee brought into the shooters party. He did, and then he left, which was good. Yeah,
well, I don't know what he means by bought in, but we don't want to get in any discussion regarding, that sort of thing. I mean, we don't know that, but
no, we don't know. He brought into it, but maybe brought into the. I thought maybe brought into
way of the party, or you mean financial? I don't know, but anyway.
No, brought into like the way of thinking, and then he woke up and left them. That's the way I saw it.
Yeah, well, I mean, Neil H says, this is interesting. This is an interesting one from Neil H. He goes, my wife and son hates guns, but my daughter loves to shoot and is a good shooter. Wow, the wife and the son hates guns. Wow. How does that happen, Neil? I'd love to get your opinion, how long you've been shooting and how the son and wife hate it, but daughter loves it. Let us know in the comments. It's a crazy sort of how things happen, especially if you're in a household. Normally they wouldn't hate it. It'd be because they'd see you grow up as a dad shooting, and let us know in the comments. Love to find out more.
And here's Will, wife now a pro shooter with a father, ex-army, who encourages her, and she's more keen than to learn, which is good. Awesome stuff, Will. And thank you. Another super chat, Farida. But you don't really go into how it's done and why. Like, what's the difference in powder burn rates? What does it do to the projectiles?
You see.
It can throw them out of balance if there's too much and it burns too fast. It whacks it out of kilter. That's pretty much it. That's my understanding.
Here we go. So a couple of positives and negatives for old Pauline. Overland 4x4 says, quickly popping in to say hello. Current on night shift, so stay long. Welcome, Overland. Good to see you here, even though you can't be here long. So Fur Eater says, come on, bro. She will come around when she gets more backing. She's keen. It's just politics. Yeah, I mean, that could be a possibility. But, listen, if you're not willing to make the argument to the media, or you don't know how to make the argument, well, that's why me and Aaron, I've been on radio. How many times have I been on radio? About 15?
Several.
And they've never caught me out because that's not what I believe in. I know what I believe in. I know how to articulate my position. And that's how it is. I'd never say that. You wouldn't see me going, shh. Yeah, guns are bad, guys. The NRA, no good. Not while I'm the person of the party. Oh, shit, we love guns. We're NRA, I just don't work like that. I can make an argument on TV. They might not like my argument, but they're not going to catch me in a corner. Just simple.
Yeah, exactly.
And then Harp said PH One Nation, phony One Nation. Well, there you go.
Yeah. Oh, man, a lot of people don't like One Nation at all. Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah. I mean, I like she's just a general person. She doesn't seem like a politician sort of type of material. A bit of a battler. I mean, obviously many years in politics has probably been financially good for her. But at the end of the day, she probably seems like that okay to me. But I wish her stance was a lot different. Hugely different. But it is what it is. Unfortunately, you heard it direct from the horse's mouth, so to speak.
There's Robert. My missus asked where her Valentine's card was. I said, sorry, I had a headache.
You're not going to be getting any guns now, Robert. She won't let you, she will get stuck into you now. And, well, no gun. You should have bought her something nice just so you could get the guns you wanted the week after,
Yeah, unless he has all the guns he needs.
Yeah, so number one says she's an emotional headless chook. I guess he means Pauline Hanson. Probing says Pauline virtual signaler, another loss. Well, we played it on a recent live stream, probably 4, 5, 6 months ago. And so if you knew, you probably hadn't seen it before. But yeah, that's definitely what she said. And I think it was great she was working with NRA, get the tips and tricks on how to, bring that style of firearms ownership here. All for it. But fortunately, they got stung by some idiot who they let in there, who they had no idea who the guy was. saying he was a journalist and basically tailed them around everywhere and caught that, what was his name from Queensland? Butterham. Steve, I can't remember his name.
I know the guy you mean. I know the
Butterham Electric, Butterham, and he used to be a Liberal Party member, and behind the scenes he seemed probably more pro-gun than us. And then as soon as he got caught, oh no, it's not. No, we don't want the gun. NFA is fantastic, the National Firearms Agreement, and we're like, what?
Yeah, exactly. Period. Okay, cheers. More development required. And as for Pauline, I'd give her good night. Yeah, definitely. Wouldn't vote for
Give
her
her
at
a
all.
good night. You're a very bad boy. I think it means more than that. Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Jesus.
Nick Becker says no consistency in One Nation. I'm just reading some of your comments here, guys.
Rod Fitzpatrick, get Steve Lee on the show and see what he has to say. Yeah, well, he's welcome to come on. Jason has talked to him a few times and interviewed him, so maybe we could, Jason give him a yell and see if he wants to. If he wants to talk about his situation.
Yeah, no, he's a very, very nice fella. Loves his shooting, loves his guns. Matt Cato said, this has turned out to be the best live chat ever. I love seeing everyone's comments being read out and discussed. Yeah, it's certainly been eye-opening hearing a lot of people's different things, yeah.
Yeah, we said we're trying to try
full of compliments tonight. He said, you've got a head for radio, AHP Jason Outdoors. You bugger, Parps. I'm a very good-looking man.
Is that why you do podcasts?
I've got a head for radio.
Yeah. Yes. Well,
go.
Yeah. People don't like the old Pauline Hanson, that's for sure. Yeah. Unreal.
And someone says it's a real shame, but man, she fought hard for fathers' rights, mad respect for that. Yeah, she's done some good things, mate, no doubt about it. But there's certain things that for me are just not negotiable. And gun laws is one of those things, mate. I know it sucks. And I wish if she had, I might vote for her. Like I said, we had David Leinhelm, in my opinion, probably one of the best gun advocates we've ever seen. But he's not in Parliament anymore, so it doesn't matter whether he was good or not good. He's not in Parliament, And again, even if a lot of these people are in Parliament, they just don't have enough people. It's been 25 years. This is why we say the legal route, that we should be doing. We say in all the shows about fighting them in court, going to the tribunals, just at least trying that route. Having people in Parliament that have no power for 4 years doesn't help anyone.
No, exactly. Neil H., my wife has always hated guns. Took my kids out when they were very young. My son didn't like it, but my daughter did. And they are now adults. I'm 62, and my daughters still like to shoot. Awesome stuff. Well, awesome for the girls, but shame your son didn't like it.
Yeah, no, exactly. Oh, no.
What?
Oh, no. Chris, no.
Bringing it up. Hang on.
Chris, please tell me it's a joke, Chris, please. No, Chris, no.
Chris, Jackie Lambie, 4 p.m. I know she's not all about guns, but she has the guts to call out as no way. She's called for stricter gun laws. She wants more gun bans. Oh,
Chris, you bro. No, please, no.
You got to be taking the piss out of us.
He is. He has to be. Chris, you're joking. Comment right now, Chris. Right now.
Andrew, listen to Andrew. Chris Miller, her office is full of a bunch of lefties from Green think tank, from the Green think tank, the Australian Institute. Yes. Yeah. Oh, Jesus. No,
we love you, Chris. Get in the comments now. Explain now.
Lambie. This is from Probing. Lambie, another virtue signaler. The list is growing. Yes.
So what is that? When Chris said, lol, there's no pro. What does that mean? There's no pro. I don't know. Chris, mate, answers before the stream ends, sir. Answers right now.
Oh, no. People are turning on you, Chris. Chris, you're a marked man.
No, I mean, no explanation. She's a pisser. Yeah, I mean, hey, listen, I don't like it, but at the end of the day, not every one of every policy party is bad, just because, but there's certain, like I said before, there's certain things that are just not negotiable for me. And firearms, that's what we're all here for, aren't we, guys? We're all about a big family, and it's about our firearms. And if they're not doing that, that's a big part of our sport gone. I just couldn't vote for them. So,
I don't know if she's a pisser.
no, we're not going to be banning Chris, guys. He's one of our top listeners, been here since the beginning. He supported us through thick and thin with Patreons and Super Chats. He's a good fella.
Jackie Lambie
need to explain behind closed doors, that's for sure. Chris, okay.
Jackie Lambie is less useful than a bag of piss. That's all she is, not a pisser.
Anyway, mate, that's it, mate. 9 o'clock. We're going to get going. We're going to finish up the live stream. If you haven't hit the thumbs up, please do before we finish off the show. It's been good as usual. Time goes very quick when you're having fun. I think it's been a bloody good chat. We've had a lot of fun, and we'll go around the merry-go-round next week.
Definitely. And guys, thank you very much. As Jason said, smash that like button and hit the subscribe button. Find us on Instagram. Now, here's a funny thing. I had almost 50 people sign up to Instagram this week, but the counter only went up about 3 people. So they're playing silly buggers as well. Just like Facebook. I can't get on Facebook on my phone anymore. On the Shooting Stuff Australia page, they won't let me. So definitely find us in all the social medias. You want to talk, send us some messages. I'll try and get around to it. We're both really busy, but we do try and answer all the messages. We get so many messages. We're not one of these people who demand to, no, we won't talk to you if you don't pay us. We'll always try and get back to you. Sometimes they're short messages because we just get so many, but please, love being in contact with you guys. So thank you very much for joining us. I hope you had a good night. It's going to be a good night next week as well. Hopefully we've got some positive news, but if this other news came in, it's going to be groundbreaking news next week for the shooting community. So please stay informed and have a very safe week. Hit the subscribe button and the thumbs up, and hopefully, some of you can get out shooting this weekend. We can't. I'm not going to leave our home, but have a great week, and we will see you in 7 days' time. Good night.